Chairman again. Hello? No, I haven't. Okay, I've not checked my emails. I promise. Right, I'm going to do it now. Oh my goodness gracious me. No wonder he wanted me to check my emails. This is ridiculous. Hey man, thanks for doing this press conference with me. We'll get going whenever you're ready. Cool? Alright. When you signed your contract with the club, did the chairman tell you about the plans that he had? Yeah, so when I joined the club, the chairman told me the vision for this season, and then going forward he said just build on that. You know, nothing else major. So I had no idea what was happening, basically. So you've literally just been told the plans right now? Yeah, I've literally just found out like the rest of the world right now. A little bit upset that I wasn't told earlier on. It would have been quite nice to be told, but I guess these things happen sometimes, and we'll move on from it, me and the chairman. I'm a bit annoyed, obviously, but it's good to know now. So what are your thoughts on these plans then? I mean, I think it's mental. You know, we've gone from playing in Gibraltar, and then next season we're going to be involved in the Spanish Football League system. You know, we're moving to Spain, essentially. We're joining the ranks over there. We're going to become a team, and it gives us a chance to try and get to La Liga at some point, you know, get to the highest level of Spanish football, you know, represent Gibraltar in there, and, you know, do some amazing stuff potentially at, you know, a Champions League level, amazing stuff like that. So it's the right direction for the club. You know, we've outgrown the nest here, and I think it's going to be a very exciting few years for us here at Lincoln Red Imps. Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 3. Hope you're all doing well, and I hope you've liked that news just as much as I was excited to tell you about it. That's right, from next season onwards, Lincoln Red Imps won't be playing in Gibraltar, we'll be playing in the Spanish Football League system, and hopefully we're going to be making ourselves a La Liga team in the future and one of the best teams in all of Europe. Basically, when I had the idea of coming to Gibraltar to do the Lincoln Loco 3, I knew that Lincoln were the best team already in Gibraltar, and it would be pretty boring for us if we just basically stayed in Gibraltar and won it every single season. So my idea was that we'd just move to Spain instead after one season, win the league in Gibraltar, and then move to Spain for an actual challenge. It actually also makes a lot of sense to move over because this season, at the moment, the 2021 season, there's a lot of change going on in Spanish football ready for the next season because a new league is being made in Spain. But we will talk more about that next season when we actually move over. So just know that we are moving, and there's going to be a few more surprises as well along the way. So if you like the idea of moving to Spain, drop a like on the video. That would be hugely appreciated. Let's set a target of 300 likes on today's video. That would be massive. And also, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do subscribe with that notification bell turned on. It's now December. We've got a month to get about 2,000 subscribers to reach that 20,000 goal that I wanted to reach. So if you're not already subscribed, please do, because that would be hugely appreciative of me. That's the wrong word to use, I think, isn't it? But I'd appreciate it massively if you could do. And of course, share it around with your friends this series so far, because if everyone shared it with their friends, we'd have double the amount of subscribers easily. Very rare it doesn't work like that, but if you do want to share it with someone, please break the mold and let's try and work together. Right, jumping into today's episode then. We've got the final two league games before the season splits in half. Last time you were here, we got knocked out of the Europa League qualifying rounds by Granada from Spain, so hopefully we'll get redemption in the future playing against them in La Liga at some point. Since you were last here, we've played loads of games and won every single one of them, but most of them have been friendlies because we like to have 3 or 4 weeks in between games in this division. So if I just get rid of the friendly, so it's a bit easier to see what's going on. There we go. That's much nicer. You were last here for the win against Borac, the draw with St. Joseph's, and the 1-0 loss to Granada. Since then, Kike has been on fire, scoring loads of goals for us, which is fantastic. He got a goal against Boca Juniors in a 1-0 win, a 2-0 win over Man 62. It's Manchester 62 FC. Not quite sure whether 62 means, but Man 62. A 4-2 win against Lynx, a 3-1 win against Bruno's Magpies. Glassis United, we beat them 2-1, and Lions, we beat them 2-1 as well. Kike himself is up to 9 goals in 9 appearances in all competitions, which is growing in the league, I should say, 10 and 12 in all competitions, including Europa League stuff. So he's done very well, been very, very pleased with him. However, he can no longer play for us because Brexit's just happened. As you can see, it's now 2021, and that means that Brexit has happened, and because Gibraltar is a British overseas territory, Brexit happens in Gibraltar as well, and it means that 5 of our players, 4 of them or 3 of them are actual first team starters for us. 3 of them probably should be, but they weren't because of Gibraltar rules and things like that. They've no longer got work permits because the way the league works, it's a bit stupid. I'm rather annoyed about it. Obviously, we've got this transfer embargo in place as well, so we can't sign anyone to get around this. Today we've got 2 games against Europa Point and Mons Calpe. Win them both and we win the first part of the season, where we are currently top of the table, but only by, I think it's head-to-head record because we beat Europa. They've got better goal difference than us because they've scored more than us as well. So Europa are having a really good season. Their only loss has come against us. St Joseph's are in 3rd on 21 points. They're 4 points behind us, but they've drawn 3 games. They haven't lost one yet, like us. So they could go unbeaten in this first half of the season, as we drew with them earlier on in the season. So it's really tight still, a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be. I think us, Europa and St Joseph's, there's not an awful lot between our sides, and then everyone else below us is just terrible. I think that's the case, really. We've beaten everyone else, and we can just about beat Europa, get a draw against St Joseph's. Other than that, it's been really easy. So we have to watch out for these 3 teams, or these 2 other teams, I should say, when the league splits in half, and we have to try and battle against them again to win the league title. But obviously, we've got bigger plans afoot now because we're moving to the Liga. So obviously, we really want to win the league this season because it's our only chance of winning the Gibraltar National League. Otherwise, we go to Spain without having won it, and that'll feel really bad in my books. So I really want to win the division this season. So this is the slightly amended team because obviously we are losing players like Kike and Diego who can't play in the team right now because of work permits, but hopefully they will get one soon. I'll be honest, I didn't realise they actually didn't have one because we haven't played a bloody game since last year. This is now the 30th of January. We've not played a game since the 19th of December, other than friendlies and stuff like that. We don't need to register players. So we got to this game, and then I saw they had no work permits. So I've literally only applied for work permits today, but I don't think we will be getting them anyway. So we'll see what happens with it after this game. But going back to that slightly amended lineup, Chino stays in goal with a backline of Brito, Wiseman, Lopez and Sargent. Yaya and Torilla and Hernandez moves from the right wing into the middle. Torilla sort of from the bench onto the pitch instead. Obviously, Cipollina stays where he is. He's been fantastic. He's got only 2 goals in the league, which is a little bit low compared to what he has been getting. But 5 overall in 10 appearances, I think is pretty good. A goal every other game for him. Debar starts on that right-hand side. He's been very good off the bench when we've needed to use him. And Cabrera, who I don't think has played a single game for us this... He's played 2 games for us, apparently, on a 6.4 rating. He's the second best striker we've got, so he's got to start up front, unfortunately. So, kickoff is upon us here today against Europa Point. 7th in the table are Europa Point with 10 points, so obviously not troubling us at all. But if we want to win this league title, we've got to keep winning, as Yaya puts a ball into the far post and Hernandez gets his noggin onto it, but does just put it wide of the post in the end. We've got to be more clinical when we move to Spain. I'm so excited I can talk about it now. I've been trying to keep it a secret, and I've wanted to tell you guys. I've been dropping little hints in the videos and on the Discord and on Twitter and things like that, as a goal's been disallowed for us there. What's that disallowed for? Disallowed what for? Whistle's already gone for offside, apparently. You hate to see it. Well, Torilla's not offside. I don't think whoever that was interfering with play. I'm very cross about that. That should have stood, in my opinion. Not best pleased. But as I was saying, I'm really happy I can talk to you guys about us moving to Spain now. Let me know in the comment section what you think about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts and how you think we'll do. We're going to be joining the... It is the 3rd tier right now, but I think they're making it the 4th tier because they're basically adding a division into Spain. So it'll be the 4th tier of Spanish football when we do join it, as Joseph Cipollina gets his 6th goal of the season. And what a finish that is from, I was going to say the youngster. He's not that young anymore. It's like his late 20s, I think, Joseph Cipollina. But it's a great ball into the middle. Brito just floats it in wonderfully. And then Cipollina's there with the volley, back of the net. You love to see it. Another chance forward potentially with Brito once again trying to be up danger man down the left-hand side, but instead just gives it to Yaya instead. But he's got it back. Come on, lad. Bring it into their half as he hoofs it forward to no one, essentially, which isn't ideal. We have collected the ball at the back, though, as Debar coming forward into Yaya. Yaya passes to Torilla. Torilla to Brito. Brito into Torilla again. I feel like this is nice tiki-taka play, and Ethan Brito, take a bow. What a strike that was. Wow. That was absolutely phenomenal from the youngster. Just, it's lovely little passing play, working with space nicely, gets in between two defenders, left foot, perfectly into the top corner. That could be goal of the season for me. Oh, I tell you what, I will show you Yaya's free kick from one of the games in between episodes, because I think that is a contender for goal of the season as well. Either way, I'm delighted with the performance so far. Keep it up in the second half. Let's get the 3 points again and move ourselves closer to winning the title. So obviously the league will split in two. Top 6 go into a division, bottom 6 go into a different division. And I think we play everyone twice in the top division. So we'll have 2 games against Europa, St. Joseph's, and so on and so forth. Technically a home and away leg, but we're all in the same stadium because Gibraltar's so small it can only fit one stadium in there. As Wiseman, no, it's Hernandez this time. Hernandez getting on the end of Yaya's free kick. Yaya's got such a good free kick on him. As we go 3-0 up in this game. And I tell you, one of the reasons why I think we're doing so well is because I kept scheduling friendlies every single week. I made sure we didn't go a week without a game because I wanted to keep the match sharpness up. If I didn't schedule friendlies, no one would have any match sharpness. And I don't know if the AI, like Europa Point, have been scheduling friendlies in the off weeks or the off months, as they seem to turn into the sometimes. As we've now got our 4th of the game, Cabrera gets his 1st of the season. And I think the reason we are so good is because Europa Point have no match sharpness. Is there a way to tell? I don't know what that means. Normal, I presume that's body language, normal, rather than actual match sharpness. But we've had a very good game there. A 4-0 win. Could have been 5 if we didn't get the disallowed goal, which shouldn't have been disallowed. That's rather frustrating. But a good win, boys. We should be pleased with that. So good game there from Mustafa Yaya. The free kick he scored in... Oh, friends are loads again, haven't they? Against... Was it Lions? It was Lions, I think. I think it was this goal. No, I think it was Glasses. We had a man sent off. Wiseman got sent off there, and then I think we scored a goal late on. Pretty sure this is the one. Pretty sure this is the one. It's like a free kick from like 30 yards out. Whew, look at that. Absolute banger. Anyway, 1 game to go until the league splits in half or so. We've got apparently player registration. It's not changed, so let's confirm that. That's fine. Oh! Work permits have been given to these players. Amazing. Who's not been... 4 work permits given out. Who's not been given one? Our other goalkeeper. Because we've not applied for one yet. That makes more sense. Ah, brilliant. That's really good then. I'm glad that those guys have been given work permits. I got very worried that we weren't going to be able to use them for the rest of the season because of Brexit. But apply for those work permits. They've all got them now. Amazing stuff. And to celebrate getting the work permit, Diego's now injured for 2 weeks, which is less than ideal. So as we get into the game against Mons Calpe, I'm going to show you something that I've never known in Football Manager before. It could be a completely new feature. But if it's not, then I've missed a trick for years. If you go to Quick Pick, but go to the little arrow here, you can save a team selection. So I just made Lincoln Red Imps first 11, and this is the team that's my go-to team every single time. For whatever reason, though, Toscano is no longer registered at the club. So maybe we should have checked those registration rules out. I should have checked who was registered and who wasn't, because for whatever reason, Toscano's gone from registered to unregistered. Player registration, it's not changed, so let's confirm that, that's fine. A little bit bizarre, let's just get someone else on the bench instead. Let's also take Diego off because he's injured, so let's bring Tarilla on for him instead. But this is like my ideal Gibraltar lineup, so it's very easy. If you want to rotate for a match and do heavy rotation, but want to get your first team back in the next time, to just do it easily, quickly, manage, and then just Lincoln Red Imps first 11. That might be in the game for years, but I've only just found out about that literally today, so I'm really happy about that. Either way, the team for this game coming up is Chino, Brito, Lopez, Cipollina, Wiseman, Yaya, Moreno, Tarilla, obviously the other Cipollina, Hernandez, and Kike. So we might have another issue now, though, because we've got to give Kike a number, but behind me here, down here, look, just there. We can only give squad numbers to 25 players. And I think for some reason, Kike being unregistered from the club has got rid of his squad number. Which now means he can't have a squad number. Which means we can't play him. Because this submit thing is now greyed out. So if we give him, I don't know, just number... Who's not playing? This guy, Giuliano, I don't know who you are. Give him that number. That's worked. I don't know who this Giuliano guy had. I'm not going to complain. It just... The Gibraltar leagues are very weird. So back to a full strength lineup today after that sort of debacle with work permits and the debacle with squad numbers. We've finally got back to a full good squad. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Just a good squad that we've got, the best squad that we have possible to us. And you can guarantee that we'll now concede with this best squad, won't you? As they come forward, Mons Calpe, and we give away a penalty. You hate to see it. So up steps Mons Calpe to take this penalty. Chino in goal. Doesn't quite make the save. You hate to see it. Does he go the right way? He moves out the way of it. If he'd stood still, he would have got it. So not an ideal start to the game, but not much we can really do when we give away a penalty. We can score goals though. We've got Kike, who's scored a goal a game right now in the league system, so he should be getting one right about now. Perfect timing. Immediately get one back. He's 11th of the season, 10th in 10 league games as well. Oh, I love you, Kike. Obviously assisted by the man, Joseph Cipollina. He's not scored so many goals this season, but he's got a bag full of assists. So immediately back on level term, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's just see the game out. Let's get the win and let's stay 3 points ahead of Europa FC. Looks like St. Joseph have slipped up massively though. I've not really been paying much attention to what their fixtures have been, but maybe they finally lost some games towards the end of this season because they were right in it with us. And now they're not, as you can see. In fact, they have lost 2 games because they were on 9 games, 21 points, weren't they? But now on 11, 21 points. So they must have lost 2 games in a row, which is obviously terrible for them, but very, very good for us. It kind of makes it a 2-horse battle between us and Europa FC for the title now. But obviously it becomes a bit easier for us if we do get the win against Mons Calpe, get an extra few points as Cipollina puts the ball in towards Moreno, into Brito, Brito into Yaya, and Yaya back to Moreno. Come on, boys. Let's get the ball forward nicely. Cipollina forward to Hernandez. Hernandez can swing it into the middle. Cipollina's waiting and he puts it just over the bar. Come on, Cipollina. Cipollina. I believe in you. I believe in you. I'm going to pump my fist and literally chant it around the changing room. I quite like the thought, actually, of every player in the changing room just chanting, Cipollina, Cipollina, just going mental. And it's only about Joseph. Roy Cipollina, he's upset because it's not about him. It's really all about Joseph. And then poor old Michael Cipollina, well, he's just in the dirt, isn't he, at this point? You know, he's really upset that the chant's not about him because he's the young gun that's coming to the squad. And he's having names or songs chanted about him, which is obviously very upsetting for him as how on earth have we just missed that? We are missing some big opportunities today. Hopefully, though, we're going to grab that second goal right now as Hernandez into Moreno. Moreno out wide to Wiseman, who can float a ball comfortably into the middle. He does. And Joseph Cipollina is there. Wow. Did not think we'd actually score from that because whenever I say we're about to score, we never really do. But a great ball from Wiseman. Was it floated or was it a low cross? I couldn't quite tell from the angle. We'll see better here if it's a low or angled. It's quite a low cross. I'll say a low cross. It's like the worst height possible. It's like the middle height. You can't get your head on it because it's too low down, and you have to jump and do a volley if you want to kick it, but like Cipollina did because it's too high to kick normally. So terrible cross in the end, but Cipollina just showing his talents there. Yaya on the ball then in that CDM position, get to that wide to Joseph Cipollina, who puts a beautiful ball forward to Kike, and just like that, Kike gets another goal for us. It's 3-1 on the day as well. We've come back from that 1-goal deficit, and it's now beyond all doubt. We've won the original, I don't know what to call it, the first phase of the season, I guess, and we go into the second half of the season where the league splits in two with 31 points to our name. So we've got a 3-point advantage over Europa FC as we do battle against the 6 best teams in the league. So some big games coming up as Cipollina into the middle. Nearly makes it 4. Our XG must be really high. 2.83 is quite high XG, to be fair. We had plenty of shots, but we couldn't really get many of them on target. If we got more on target, we could have had 5, 6, 7 goals, I think, today. That is the season, or at least the first part of the season, done. We've played everyone once, and now us, Europa FC, St. Joseph's, Glacis, Magpies, and Manchester 62 go into the top half of the table, fighting for the title. And confirmation of that is happening right now as we are drawn against those teams. Trying to work out what's best for next episode. It might be Europa FC and Manchester, actually, just because Europa are the second best team in the league right now behind us. We need to beat them again. Obviously, the season will finish off against St Joseph's and Magpies, and then we'll try and get some cup games in there as well, because I think the cup will be quite important to do as well. So as the season hots up, it's time to end today's episode. So thank you ever so much for watching today. I promise you, no cliffhangers on the end of today's episode. I gave you all the juicy information earlier on with regard to us going to Spain and things like that. So that'll be good fun. If you've enjoyed today's episode, drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And of course, I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.